Today I'm gonna build a Lego Steampunk flying machine. Last year I built a Steampunk minifigure inventor and vignette for the Wandering Skies contest. The contest is back this year with the exact same category, so I'm gonna try to build something different this time, and hopefully better. So here is the minifigure, the Steampunk minifigure I created. So it's a pilot, we have a regular pair of legs over here, we have a Star Wars torso and a Star Wars helmet, a flying in the wind cape here at the back, and a nice mustache over there. But now let's start building his vehicle, his flying machine. So if you remember, last year I already built a small bicycle kind of thing for my minifigure, and also a bigger sort of airship, but the result was not that great. So today I'm gonna try to build something better and something that fits better the theme and the color scheme. So here is the starting point. So we have a plate 4x4. You're gonna see studs coming in all directions in this build. This is gonna be the main part of the ship. We are gonna connect some side panels over here with a little bit of additional details over here on the top, because here I'm gonna connect the first sort of piping thing with some smoke coming off. And now we can close the top. Here you can see I have a jumper in the middle to which I'm gonna connect some bricks so that all the structure is gonna be a little bit more sturdy. And I also have a headlight brick there in the middle to which later I'm gonna add further details. Now before we move on, here I have some sort of driving kind of accessories, and then we can start to add a little bit of extra details. So over here at the bottom I'm gonna connect this jumper over here, so we have a point of connection for the rest of the ship. And at the front we are gonna connect these dishes that goes there, will flow into the engine, into this flying machine. And I think you can see already is a much more interesting color scheme compared to last year. So we are mostly dark red and reddish brown with a lot of golden sort of copper details. At the bottom I'm gonna add this structure over here. You can see I have this barrel connected on the side, so here I actually have the possibility to move them around a little bit. And you can see this interesting part. These are actually some foil pieces that come from this Lunar New Year set. So there is some foil pieces like this one. There are some sort of flags that connects to this minifigure, and I fold them around and put into the barrel. And here is where we're gonna have this steam coming off. This is gonna connect at the underside of this build. Actually, before we do that, we can add one more detail. So I'm gonna add a little bit of more piping sort of things at the front. And this is gonna connect right here. So you can see it looks a bit like the front of a train now, but it's gonna be actually a flying machine. Later we can put also a little bit of a base to keep it up a little bit. Now here let's connect something that goes and cover the, let's say, the cabin of the pilot. I'm gonna use this interesting golden piece. Here I have a base with some headlight brick to which I'm gonna connect this, and we have also a little glass piece at the front. I have these angle studs to which I'm gonna add more golden details as well as at the front over here. And this is gonna connect more or less here. Actually, I think we can already put it in there. So you can see now we have the front of the glass of the cabin there at the front. And now on top I'm gonna build a sort of rotor thing so that the machine can lift up and then forward. So this is the structure I have. Again, I'm using some brackets, and I'm also gonna connect some accessories to the side. So this is gonna connect over here. And we also have this sort of lamp that I think it fits very nice, as is in the same color scheme as all these golden details. And then on top I have this sort of Technic round piece. I'm not sure exactly how it's called. I have a wheel piece that goes on top to add additional details. I'm gonna add one more golden detail, so I have just this golden ring that is just gonna be sitting there. And then the rotor thingy is gonna go all the way through. I'm gonna push it down, and then we can add the last golden detail at the top. Here you can see I connected to those Technic slots over there, and we can connect this to the jumper. And now we have the top part of this flying machine completed. Now, of course, we need to add the seat of our pilot and complete and close everything here on the side. I think before we do that, we can already add our minifigure. We are gonna have it with one leg a little bit lifted up, and it's gonna connect here, and it's gonna be basically coming off the side of the ship, looking into the horizon, looking at what's ahead. I think this was a very good way to display the minifigure so that both the ship and the minifigure can be seen and not hidden inside the ship. So at the back, I have this structure with these sort of car pieces. I actually gonna flip this around. I'm gonna add some more studs on the side. And here we are gonna have a little bit of a side build with a jumper so that the place is a little bit more secure. So this is gonna connect more or less like this. Okay, so that's where the pilot is gonna stand inside. At the bottom, I'm using again some headlight bricks to make a connection like this. So this will allow me to connect at these studs at the back of the ship like so. Before we do that, actually I forget to add a couple of details here. So I have this sort of interesting slope pieces in dark red. So I decided to add them on the side to give a little bit of more interesting detail to the ship. They are connected only with one stud there. The build is a little bit fragile, but it works kind of well. This, as I say, will connect over here. So now I just need to push it down, and there we go. And then I have a structure at the back. This is not gonna actually connect to the top one. It's just gonna connect here at the bottom. But this is good enough because, as you can see, it goes and touches there nicely to give a little bit of support over there, even if it's not actually connected. And here we have the flying ship. Now, the last couple of details, I have a little base here. This was also to help me to show that everything fits actually in the 8x8. Actually, I think now the alignment is a little bit off. You can see I should bring these studs a little bit back. But everything is a 8x8. And the only thing that will overhang is going to be actually the cape and maybe a little bit of the rotor at the top. And to complete the scene, you can see already here I have some ice cream pieces over there. A very common technique to add the steam coming off from the side of the vehicle. And here we have our flying machine with our steampunk pilot. Now, let me know what you think about this build, guys, and if you would like to see more steampunk builds. I will link down below the contest Wandering Skies. There are also two bigger categories. I don't think this year I will be able to participate to more categories, but if you like this theme, I recommend you to go and check out this other video that I made for the last year contest, and this was my floating greenhouse island. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Ciao, ciao!